Hi everyone, this is Tran, your local Bay Area realtor. And in this video, I want to share with you my experience in investing in Texas. So a lot of my clients actually, sell their home and move to Texas. And so I thought, hey, it might be a really great state to invest in because I love California. I can't imagine leaving the Bay Area. So why not just invest elsewhere, especially since the pricing for Bay Area is quite high for investments. And Texas is one of those states that is definitely has very good potential for investing. So this past summer, my husband and I would visit San Antonio for a few days, and we were driving everywhere, north, east, southwest, checking out everything with our realtor. And yes, as a realtor, I still buy with a realtor because I know the importance of working with a local realtor, and their local knowledge is actually very critical, especially in investing. So here are some of the things I think you should know if you're ever thinking about buying in Texas, especially in the San Antonio area. Number one is definitely check out all the different area because I think certain area is different than others. I feel that San Antonio is like a spider web. In the middle is where you have the downtown area where San Antonio first started, and it actually is built out and out and outward. So the further out you go, the newer the constructions are. This city is huge. It has 1 million people in populations and growing. And yet, you have homes that are starting around 250,000, 300,000 for a phenomenal house, brand new built. When we were looking at home, we would look at single family home, we're looking at multi-unit, duplex, fourplex. We actually meet with builder, we look at new construction, we look at resale for older home. At the end of the day, we chose to go with a new construction, especially since, we're so far away. It doesn't really make sense for us to buy an older home where it might need maintenance or repair during the first few years. So that was really important if you are going to buy something out of state or you're going to be buying something for investment purpose that are so far away from where you live. You want it to be less or as little maintenance as possible. And with new construction, they do have year one is the warranty is everything in the home. Anything that break due to lack of their work, they would definitely fix it for you. And then a 10-year structural warranty, which is similar to here in California. We do have a 10-year structural warranty as well. And that's number one. And definitely, I would say go with a brand new construction. And two, I think is a really great reason to go with a new construction is that because of the amount of inventory they have, and right now with interest rate being a little bit higher, they give so much incentive to buy with them. And in California, I think with new construction, they also give incentive as well, but nowhere near the type of incentive that Texas builder give. So that's the other thing why we decided to also go with a brand new construction is because of the incentive. We were getting rate buy down to, an investment in our rate was like 5%. And even here for a new home here, you wouldn't, for primary resident in California, you wouldn't be able to get even a 5% rate. So that was very attractive. And that's actually part of the reason to go check out San Antonio. Those are the two main reasons why I would say buy construction. And as an experienced investor, I would say there are certain things I would definitely do a little bit differently. And one of the reasons is that now that my home is already purchased, we got access to it, we rented out and everything is now settled. And as I look back at the process of buying a home or an investment home in San Antonio, there are a couple of things I would have done differently. I'm quite happy with the purchase that we made. And I know that we chose a duplex. With the duplex we chose definitely the best duplex we could in terms of locations and in terms of the quality of craftsmanship. And I think that one of the things that I see in San Antonio is that the multi-unit are not built as well as a single family home because we see quite a few new build construction community. And with every single one of them, you can see the quality or like the material is actually not as good as a single family home community that we see. a lot of time, like if here's an example, the cabinet would be like very flimsy, or it's a material that I honestly say, even if I buy the cheapest in the store here, it would be better quality than the one I've seen over there. And so that was a bit of a disappointment. So some of the community definitely doesn't put as much thought or care, I feel, into the quality of the material. And when you're buying investment need to be even more durable than a single family, because you are working with tenant. You're not living in the home yourself. It need to be able to handle the rough and tough of a tenant. And so that was definitely one of the things I didn't like. I think if I would have done it again, I probably would go with a single family resident. I think it is slightly different in price. So let's say if you buy a duplex, you can get one for under 500. And if you were to buy a single family home, let's say you buy two of the similar size, you're probably looking at about like 270,000, so about $20,000 give or take difference, than buying a duplex. Even though there is a difference in price, a little bit more, but I think it's more worth it because of the quality of the material that you see in a single family home. So that's definitely one of the things that I would say I would do differently. Second, I would say, you know what, after now that I have a home in Texas, now that I have an investment there, it is a bit of a hassle that it is so far away. Anything like, even with a brand new construction, because this is the first set of tenant, I don't live there. I don't know what's going on with it. So when I try to say, oh, the door doesn't close properly, it is on me. I have to find somebody to call and go over there and it's for such simple stuff, it's almost not worth it. I mean, one of the time my tenant got locked out and they called me and I'm like, oh, great, I have to. And that would have been so simple if it was close by, because I could just throw them and give them the key. But because it's all the way in Texas now, we got to get a locksmith. We got to, it's a negotiation with pricing. And by the way, like they do charge you an arm and leg in an emergency. That I find to be a bit of a hassle. And on top of that, with property management, because I self-manage and I also help manage for other people, I have a certain standard that I do for the property I manage. And so it's hard when somebody else does it for you and you're like, no, I want it to be done a certain way. So that also for me, it's more of a personal preference. I think it's just my, what do they call it? Control freak nature. That I like things done a certain way in a certain quality, that if somebody doesn't do it the same way, then I'm like, I'm not too keen about it. And so I think that it gets a little bit harder, but it's also for me, I need to learn to let go, control a little bit more. But overall, I think if you want to get into the investment game, and let's say if you are here in California, I would say buy something in California, even if it's further away. Let's say you're here in the Bay Area and you've never invested before, you want to try investing. I would say buy in Sacramento, buy in Fresno, buy further out, buy in Folsom, Contra Costa County, over in, Livermore, Sacramento, Elk Grove, Folsom. They are building so much. Tracy, Stockton. There are tons of new build construction that you can get a brand new, beautiful home for $400,000, $500,000, maybe some of the bigger home can be around $600,000. And for those, you are getting fantastic pricing and you can rent it out, and yet you're still close enough that if something happened and you really do need to be there, you can actually go there and save on the property management fee, because that's a good 10% out of your profit margin that you're going to have to pay. And if you want to know more about investing, whether here in the Bay Area, in California, other state, feel free to reach out to me. I will be happy to help and refer you to some phenomenal realtor across the country to help you out.